Are you ready, Coach? You ready, Sonny?
You don't know how to count.
Hey.
You got to let him know.
We're good?
You want to count you guys down?
All right. No, we're good right now. We're rolling. We just started like this. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hardest Shot Podcast. I'm your favorite host in the whole entire world, George, a.k.a. Snook, next to your second or third, fourth, fifth favorite host in the whole entire world.
This is Coach Joel Lopez.
Coach Lopez, man. We got a very, 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 very special guest. Sonny, you're so special, I had to write some notes. All right, hold on. Listen. We have a special guest born in Sutton, England, but now resigning out of Sheffield with an incredible record of 20-1, with 4 of those victories coming by way of knockout, with the previous belt held in the flyweight division. Making his highly anticipated return to Phoenix, Arizona this Saturday, June 29th, to face Adrian Carrell as the co-headliner at the Footprint Arena. We have none other than the UK legend himself. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Sonny Showtime Edwards.
Great job on the introduction.
Did you like that?
Fantastic job on the introduction.
I wrote it down.
One of the top.
He can't even write, so you know that's a lie automatically. We already established that he can't write. He can't read.
One of the top 3, top 5 I've had.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take top 3, not top 5.
Because you haven't heard me, though.
Top 3.
When you hear me,
go ahead, give it to us.
One.
Yeah, see, now he can't do it, man. Hey, man, how you feeling, man? You're back in Arizona.
Yeah, I feel really good. Been here just under a week now.
Yeah.
My second time obviously came out in December. Last time I fought here, and yeah, getting the opportunity to come back out here again for my return fight, it made perfect sense. The main event, obviously, I was up against Bam the last time I was here, and he's in a fantastic fight for the divisions against Estrada, who's been a name in world boxing at these weights for as long as I can remember.
Yeah,
really. And obviously me losing, Curio losing, both of us losing world titles. Us facing off in Arizona. There should be a lot of American Mexican boxing fans there, and I boxed Bam in my last fight. Curio's Mexican, so I don't know. There just seems to be a lot that makes sense in this fight, in this event, and. Yeah, it's something I took up both hands.
Yeah.
I didn't hesitate. It didn't matter where or when. But
it's dope to have you back for 2 fights in a row. It's super dope that Eddie and Matchroom put that together. Do you feel like when we went to the fight, I feel like you definitely won the Mexican crowd over because it was dominant in there. The Mexican crowd was super. Coach and I were actually talking a lot of shit to people. We were going back and forth. We were like shouting your name and doing stuff, and it was all in fun. But I definitely feel like the performance you put on was really well. How did you feel from beginning, until the end of the fight when you were in there?
I mean, well, during you're just kind of in there. It's here now. So obviously in the second round, quite early on in the fight, I was a bit disappointed what happened with my eye and the sort of effect it had on my vision. It gave me complete blurry double vision out of my left eye for the rest of the fight from the second round, and the most bitter pill to swallow, just because I don't want to say it was luck, because that's not true. I got punched in the face and it broke my face, but I've taken a lot bigger punches in that fight and it didn't do the same damage to my face. It wasn't like a build up of damage by the end of it. It was like one shot, a sharp sort of corkscrew jab, and my face was, fragilized, for use of a better word, and from that, I was trying to blow my nose and my face was coming out swollen. I couldn't really see him. So, from about a minute into the second round, it was you hit me, I hit you. It's all I could really do, which is completely against how I typically box and my strengths. But it let me show myself and in a light that people haven't needed to see me before. And, all credit to Bam. I probably could have had that same injury in pretty much all my other professional fights and still would have been able to run away with the win. But Bam made me fight a fight that isn't, kind of my native boxing style. And what happened, but it didn't make me feel any less of myself or down about it. I thought it was a great event for flyweights to be for me to be headlining in America. It's like a dream come true, that even though it didn't go, the 16th of December, that night wasn't, my dream. I was living in someone else's, but you got to be humble enough to accept that and make the most. And now look, I'm on the undercard of my last opponent, and it's a massive event, and I'm buzzing to be here, really. And I'm just looking forward to getting back in there and really maybe showing a bit more, to the American boxing fans of what I'm about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Sonny, you said something earlier that you said that you got hit with a jab, and it bothered your vision. What did you learn from this? Because a lot of people don't know, but when you get hit somewhere in the eye, and you happen to blow your nose, it happens to swell up your face. So a lot of people, I don't think they don't know nothing about that. So and the reaction they make, it could cause your vision to be blurry or whatever.
Yeah, I never knew that either until you said that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no, I knew about it.
Yeah, I never
just,
knew that.
It was
That's
it was
interesting.
cool that you said it, because a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do that, you blow your nose, your face gets swollen. As a matter of fact, that happened to one of the fighters. They had a fight yesterday. At his first fight, the same thing happened to Albert. At
Yeah.
his first fight, he blew his nose and his face got swollen up.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
And I feel like just to talk on that, when there was damage on the eye, 'cause I got a medial orbital fracture. That's what I was diagnosed with at the hospital
Shit.
after. And that would have been from the second round. And then there's like, there's some gap of your sinuses going up to your face. So like I said, I was trying to blow. My whole face was like swelling out, puffing out. And what the pressure was doing, the swelling was causing my eye to be like pushed by the pressure. And that was causing the double vision. And then my brain is trying to correct my double vision. So it's moving. It's not still. It's going near each other and then giving up and then going back.
Yeah.
So for the rest of the fight, it was like, it was a bit, it seemed almost like I was in a video game, and it was like, okay, now there's all of these things you got to do in the hardest level. And for me, vision is everything. So
course.
like I said, it was a bit disappointing, but it's something that you can only explain, and people can believe you or not believe you where they choose. It sounds like a good excuse.
I
But
mean, people that know about the game and they know what it's like when you're in there and the things that can happen. I understand things like this can happen. So you know what I mean. The people that don't, like an average, fan,
Your casual fan.
would think, oh, he didn't want to be there, or he got hurt with something else. But
I don't think it came off like that. I think
Nah.
people saw. I think your eye. It was fairly obvious that you got hit in the fucking eye, and then it was fairly obvious as the rounds went on that your eye swelled up, and then I think it makes sense that you were seeing double. I don't think anyone. I haven't heard or seen anyone online. I don't know, but I haven't really paid too much attention like that. But
no, it was a good fight.
it was a good performance for sure. It was
man.
fucking dope. It was a great fight.
He had a better night that night, and you the gentleman that you are, you give him his props, and
Yeah.
you move on, and now you're here.
And you said you are a big fan of Bam, right?
yeah, and what people don't get about me is I see all the best fighters as the people I want to get in the ring with. I'm not going to sit here and plan out my next 5-10 fights and try and make sure I win or make sure it's the easiest route or the most money for the least work. Like, I think I'm one of the best fighters in the world. So if there's someone else somewhere that they're talking about the same, then I want to get in the ring and challenge him. And I said it before, if we just look at sort of archetypes as people and life, Bam is probably the every bit American Mexican version of me. Have an older brother, sort of maybe not as good in the whole scheme of things, but mainly only probably because the younger brothers got to start with 3-year, 4-year knowledge ahead of them, and someone else making mistakes. So I always rated Bam. You could just see him in a ring against these good fighters and how he goes about doing it. So I was never coming over not expecting my hardest night's work, and I got it. So like the respect was always there, and even when we spent time around the media circuit in London and in America and fight week, like it wasn't an unpleasant experience. You know what I mean? Obviously it got a bit more animated, but we're both about to get into the ring and fight each other. Like, you say things that annoy each other even if you're not trying to. So but yeah, the respect to him and his family, his whole team. Maybe it's a bit easier for me to run away with I don't want to call it a persona because it is deep, genuinely inside me, but I can be quite horrible and I can be quite spiteful, but I live in a world where I don't ever have to bring that out. I live a nice life. I've got friends around me. My career's been going well. My kids and everything's good. So I don't know, for a bit of entertainment, I don't mind taking off safety a little bit because It's what the people want to like.
Yeah.
In my eyes, it's what the people want to see anyway. Like,
hell yeah.
Even if I don't
enjoyed
finish
that
this-
shit.
Well, it's called entertainment.
Yeah.
but
I was gonna say you just charge that to the game, right? I mean, it's like anyone.
I'm gonna talk some shit, but like,
It does
shit.
benefit, you know what I mean? It does benefit, and it makes me hella more intrigued. When two fighters show each other mutual respect, I get it, right? And usually they put on a great performance. But when you can start the fight with your words and you can get mental warfare going, like the Conor McGregor approach or like the Tyson approach or, you know, all these greats, the Mayweather approach, to me, it builds it up way more, right? So when you came here, and we'll get into this, when you first came here, I wasn't familiar with you as a fighter, right? Until I met you last December. And I didn't know what to expect because like you said, right? Like you're cool, you're calm, you're chill. And you know, when we all met and, you know, we would hang out pretty often in those 2 weeks because we were always at the gym together. You seemed like a straight humble dude. And then I went to the presser and then you were talking shit to Bam and I seen you kind of turn it on and shit. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like these dudes are about to go at it. And Bam is just fucking quiet, right? He's just a quiet dude, which is him. But you were definitely talking shit. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. You know, it made me way more excited to catch the
But
fight.
even then, I think he still come back and we had the world's longest face-off. You know, people don't realize that's a world record that we've got.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We had a 15-minute face-off. or something.
Oh, shit.
It was like
15 minutes?
It was something along that.
What runs through your head in 15 minutes, though? Like,
No,
do
because
you
what-
have to fight the urge to swing on him?
Nah, because what happened was, this was the weigh-in, right? Or was it the weigh-in or the day before the weigh-in? It might have been the day before the weigh-in. I can't remember now. I don't think it was.
think it was
The weigh-in, I think we got off. I think it was the press
Press
conference.
conference it was.
Yeah, we were talking a bit of shit back and forth, yeah. And then he made a comment, and I can't remember. I don't even lie, but it both got there. We're both looking. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. And then he said the same. So
Yeah,
you know, about 7.5 minutes later,
Yeah,
we're still just looking at each other.
I remember they accused you of being late or something, right? Something like
No.
that.
So what happened was on the weigh-in, I got there bang on time early. In fact, actually, with like 20 minutes still until I needed to be there. So I'm there, I'm chilling, I'm waiting. I've done whatever I needed to do. A couple of interviews, couple of pictures. And bear in mind, we'd already made weight at 8 o'clock in the morning. So this is the ceremonial weigh-in. This is just for the cameras.
Yeah.
And I'd got there, and now I'm getting told that you know, it's getting delayed. Bam's
That's
still on the
right.
way,
That's right.
not here yet. And I can't lie, I did leave him standing in the middle of a desert for about half an hour, a couple of days before. So I was like, okay, yeah, he's getting me back here.
Yeah.
But then I just left, went somewhere else for about 45 minutes, and then waited until he was in the venue, and then
Sure.
made my way back home. But I weren't late. I was bang on time. But again, it's just little
Yeah,
petulance,
yeah.
I guess.
Sure.
But I can't lie. I like kind of enjoy all that bit.
I was about to say that.
So-
you
so-
enjoy that.
So me walking down, getting videoed walking in, and then getting videoed walking out. Like, not for the video, but like, I find it funny. It's hilarious to me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, I don't wait for people. So if I'm waiting for you, I'm gonna leave and then make you wait for me.
You had the classic mic drop too.
Oh yeah, because
Boom.
you know
That's
what
like
it is,
a $20,000 mic too.
Remember, I know. I got told that after.
Hey, I seen that when he dropped the mic. I was like, "Oh yeah, man, he might get billed for that one for sure."
Oh yeah, they tried. No, but the whoever was presenting was either calculated or misinformed, because he started coming up on the mic that I could hear.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
on the stage, I could hear him.
Yeah, he was
speaking.
across. Yeah,
I was
he
like,
was
whoa,
across.
like,
Yeah.
He was on the mics on the stage saying, "Oh yeah, Bam, come here, made weight. You know, Sonny's he playing mind games, turning up an hour late. Like, whoa. And I had to
Yeah. Yep.
stop him, like, stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to just put the record straight. But yeah, all of it generally enjoyed. Even the trip to the hospital after, like, it's being part of the boxing fixture to the level that fight was. And I had an idea maybe that as a flyweight, I will always be the 8 p.m., 9 p.m. for the big night. There was always that I don't want to say worry, but always that thought process in my head that, you know, you might win all the belts, and
Hell yeah.
flyweight, it might never look like what it does at any other weight. You know what I mean? And the fact that we kind of changed that narrative, and I've still got 5 minimum 10 years left of my career to keep building on that. And you know, there's now other fighters that have span off the fighters that have made it through, and there's some exciting ones coming through, some exciting ones there. There's some torch passing as well. Like there's names in the division. Like I could sit here 10, 15 at flyweight, super flyweight, there or thereabouts that are real legit fighters in world boxing now, and that's not always been the case. So I'm glad to be a part of it. I think at flyweight, I think I will be one of the biggest names for a very long time, because it's a hard division to really skip through the levels, because my first 20 fights before BAM pretty much was Sonny Edwards being the built-up fighter, to whatever degree that was, versus an opponent trying to get my career in the right direction. And I'm talking, I beat a 13-year unbeaten Ring Magazine #1, 2 times world champion. And no one really cared because no one really knew him. If that was at any other weight, those same accolades, it's like beating a Klitschko.
Right.
It's like beating a legend.
Yeah.
But at flyweight, because he was doing it against loads of people that loads of people didn't really care about.
Sure.
Like it doesn't stretch. But now, like even like the events, and for my career, even like losing to BAM, now everything he goes on and does or doesn't do has some shine on my career.
Sure.
Every single time, whether he boxes better, whether he boxes worse, whether he beats better, beats worse, whatever it is, it brings it back into the circle of storyline where all these people I'm fighting before, no one heard of them before. After I beat him, no one cared about him after.
Sure.
And then nothing they do matters, or even before. So I was kind of isolated. Now I've got the sort of the platform myself and the dancers partners.
Yeah.
And the storylines, and I'll be looking to move up weights and change and challenge all the best. So for me, I hope that all my rivals and all my competitors do well and get some hype and get some excitement behind them, because that's the only way any of this really means anything.
Sure. No, well, we appreciate it, and I'm looking very forward to the Carell fight. I think you're going to do great. I mean, we expect to win. We will get a win out of it, and it's going to be dope, man. And tell me a little bit, when you can't, how'd you get to know this guy? And why did you get to know this guy? I mean,
how you get to know me?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
You don't got to spend too much time because it's not that important, but if you just maybe 34 seconds or 11 seconds.
Yeah, do you know what?
Enough time.
To be fair, when we knew he was coming over, I leave it to my trainer, Grant. I'll find the gym to train out. He reached out to the jail. He was having a look at what trainers training there, what fighters, and he saw the Benavidez link. And obviously, Benavidez is a very high ranked fighter around the world. We know all too well in the UK. So yeah, I think it was just maybe luck that we walked into a gym that now our classes when I come to America like my home.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is I believe this is like your second home, man.
Nah, for real.
I feel like when you guys came in the gym the first time you guys came in, you guys were very respectful.
Yeah.
And we like that too. We're very respectful people too, and we kind of like just click.
Yeah.
Like,
you guys were humble, man. Like everyone who came in, it was like Coach Grant, it was Dalton, it was you.
Janine.
It was a camera. Everyone, forgive me for the names, but everyone was like super chill, super just humble. Like everyone was just there to work, and everybody said hi, and everyone was talking to each other, and it was super good vibes. And I mean, we all kept, for the most part, we've all kept in contact. Since December, everyone, no one forgot about anyone. Everyone, reaches out, and it's super dope, man. It's cool to have you guys back. Everyone shared the same excitement when we found out you were coming back. Everyone was pumped, man. When we saw officially that you were coming back, it was like, hell yeah, our boy's coming back, and we get to support him again.
I'm still waiting to see my best friend out here though, Julian. Where is he?
Julian.
He sent me some messages. I go, where? He said you left me at the gym. You weren't there. No, what do you mean?
Listen,
I was there early.
He just messaged me the other day about you. No lie. He called me, and then I checked my messages.
Sorry, that you guys know. This is his brother.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's his brother. Yeah.
But there we go. Then where's Julian, man?
Shout out to Damien behind the camera. Shout out to Damien. Let me see if I can. Let me see where this guy is, bro. Because
Julian's always on. And we put up something up, he's always on it. And we go on Instagram, he'll be the first one to get in there.
Look, listen.
Get in.
Finding you in a childhood in a sunny. Finding you in a childhood in a sunny.
Every time. Look, let me.
You see it in my bedroom?
Anyway, he's like, hey, he always wants me to call you. He's like, call Sonny. I'm like, man, Sonny's sleeping right now. The time difference is crazy. So yeah, no, you'll see him. You'll see him hopefully next week. Yeah, Damien, you got to make that happen. You got to make sure that he comes here for sure, man. So What do you do for fun, Sonny? Like outside of boxing, what do you got? Like what?
Who's Sonny? Who's Sonny?
Yeah.
Not the boxer, but the person.
Yeah,
Why are you laughing?
we got Maria and Rich here
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, they're in the background. They're off cam.
Yeah,
Put
shout
them
out
up
to
in a
them.
minute.
If you want to shout any contributions,
Yeah, you guys feel free to laugh or yell. You know, this is a party
like a
over here,
live
man.
show. Like a
Yeah,
live show.
we just hang out. So if you guys want to, whatever, you got some input, or if Sonny's telling a fib or something, you know,
If he
or
lying too.
Hey, do you guys know if he has like any hidden talents? I know he's a dancer because. Hey, Coach
wouldn't
Grant.
say-
Coach Grant will tell him to move for 2 rounds, and I'm thinking he's gonna do some drills. This guy will just dance for 2 rounds, which is dope. It's a good way to get his body moving, you know. But whatever you guys feel like you want to contribute,
you got to
just,
be more specific with the instructions of me. You got.
Yeah. He just
you
said
can't
move.
just say move. I will just move.
All right, Sonny, walk me through. Who is Sonny? Like, what do you do when you're not boxing? What do you do to have fun? Like, what's your family life like? Your friends life? Like, what brings you enjoyment in this life, man? Like, what do you look forward to doing when you're not working? Even though I know you enjoy work.
Do you know what I think? I've got to a point. I'm 28. I was thinking to say only 28, but 28 is quite late in the day now. I think I've got responsibilities. I've got my family life. I've got my business in the sense of with boxing. Not only do I take myself to the ring, I manage 6-7 fighters. I help with the lads in the gym. I do commentary. I do punditry. So I kind of leave a lot of my schedule very clear for boxing. I'll be real. I don't like making plans for the future. I like taking a week as it comes. In my personal life, I feel like every other weekend minimum's taken up by my kids outside the camp, probably a bit more than that. I feel like I'm at holiday most of the time. I found a kind of hack to make my work not seem like work. I love sparring. I love training, especially when it comes to like pads and stuff like that. I try and focus a lot of my work in camp on sparring and my round sparring. But I guess boxing really to a certain degree. I'm at the shows every weekend. I'm there supporting the other lads. I'm making sure I'm there for anything my family needs. But in between that, I know it's going to sound really, really kind of boring, but being able to sit in the same spot for 3-4 hours and really just chill at home with some maybe good company, some friends round, whatever. I don't need all too much. I'll be real. I really don't. If anything, the few days of absolute quietness now is really what that's what I crave, to be honest, because like I'll be out here preparing for the fight. I'll fight. I'm trying to rearrange my stuff so I can get and stay here for an extra night to support one of my friends, Elon, who's fighting in Arizona the day after me. And then I'll be flying back Monday. I'll be going to see my kids. And then on the Wednesday or the Thursday, I'll be heading back from Sheffield to London to be there in support of a fighter that I helped manage, Giorgio Vicioli, who's very, very talented. One of the guy I was showing you earlier, one of honestly, for me, one of the brightest prospects coming out of Britain by some way. So yeah, look, I'll be straight out of the ring, and I'll be thinking about being in the corner the next week for my
boxing is life. That's what you enjoy. That's what.
Yeah, but
or is that the way that life is set up right now, or that's the way you would prefer to have it? Is the way that you? So I think it's interesting. I think it's kind of dope that you say you kind of you plan like the week as it comes. Because I feel like that's a not a luxury, but I feel like a lot of people, they got to plan so far in advance. And if you're able to just go along with the week, I feel like that's special because it doesn't give your mind time to wonder about.
I can't even commit. I can't really commit. Like there's only like certain things I can commit to, and that's what makes it like knowing someone's fighting and knowing that when they fight, I'm gonna be there.
Sure.
I can commit to myself for that. No matter what happens, even if I have to move some things around, I'm gonna be there because for me, I don't know why I have this burden on me. Sometimes I feel like some people in my life, they owe me being there when they fight. So it doesn't matter if I've... So when I got my face punched in by Bam in December the 16th, I flew home the next day, was home for 2 days, and then paid myself, even though I had 3 flights, but because it was messed up because me in the US, I made sure I could get there by paying for me and my partner at the time's flight. Spent a small little fortune, didn't mind. But on the Wednesday, I'm traveling to Saudi Arabia 3-4 days after Bam beat me.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the corner of my best friend Lyndon Arthur, who fought Bivol 7 days after.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
so like, as much as I would have loved to just sit down, hide my head in the sand, and just disappeared until after Christmas, I still dragged myself halfway across the world to be there in support of my friend who I felt needed it.
Yeah.
Against the best in the division in the world, and I was a bit a part of reason why he agreed to take the fight, because his initial response was thinking, it's not that long notice and the wait, and he took the fight and I was there to support him. So I come back, made sure I got back for my kids and Christmas, flew back at 4 a.m. The show hadn't even finished by the time I left it. AJ was not even in the ring yet, so I had to go straight to the airport. But yeah, I try and just keep, the boxing stuff, because after I fight next week, there's going to be someone else fighting the week after, literally.
Right.
And then after that, someone else, and after that, someone else. And I've already got 7 careers that I am some part responsible for. So it's time to take all that up to a notch. Coming out here and fighting and exposing myself. The main thing I want to do with my career is allow me the vehicle to really continue in boxing. I mean, I love competing. I love fighting. I'm addicted to it. I would struggle to live without getting in the ring. Whether I need to get paid for that is one thing. But I will always put my my max effort into really trying to maximize my career and the people that trusted me to do it as well. So
how many fighters you manage right now?
So I've got, if I just quickly go off the top of my head, I made it my background yesterday. I made the post on myself.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to start with the first one, Thomas Asomba. He's European champion. Now, he's an old opponent of mine.
Okay.
2 times Olympian, but because he's African, he come to the UK. He got treated like a journeyman, fighting weights above himself, last minute notice.
Hey, real quick, you know what I enjoyed? You said, if they're funny with your money, come to Sunny.
Yeah, definitely think of me though, because the one thing about me is my relationship is always for the boxer. Now, I don't really care what your trainer even thinks. You need to care what you think. I need to care what you think. So I definitely don't care what the promoter thinks.
Sure.
They're the other side of it. So I'm not going to be protecting my relationship with any promoter in the world and fall out with my friend who then becomes my boxer after it. I mean, every fighter that I work with, our class is my friend. Otherwise, I wouldn't have worked with them. I don't do it for money. If anything, these motherfuckers cost me more money in the long run. When it comes to, I'll get down there. I'll bring a few people. I'll get a few tickets to your show. I'll get a hotel room. Oh, no, you keep it for your person. That ends up costing more, especially when I'm putting on title fights. Fighters that need their ball rolling and the opponent who's their mandatory ain't got no money to speak of. So now we're paying for it. I'm paying for it. Their sponsors going half. So yeah, I don't do it for that. I do it more for network. I do it more for experiences. It's like a passion. Like when they're fighting, it's like, I don't know, someone that buys and trains a racehorse for pride. Like they want to be competitive with the best, and I want to find the best talent. I want to unearth it, and I want to help realize it. And really make sure that they're looked after for me. So yeah, my old opponent, Thomas Asomba, 2 times Olympian, now European champion. He was my first fighter. Then I've got the 2 Brandons, Brandon Scott signed to Matchroom, Brandon Dayold, English champion, who's also there, 2 my sparring partners as well. You've got Nikolai Campbell, Pretty Boy. He's a fighter that's got a fight on the same day as me. Ed Hardy, a fighter turning pro soon, who's a good amateur, turning over with us. And Ishmael Davies, who you met, come over, the light middleweight. Very, very good fighter, like a very tough man, not from the usual, amateur boxing pedigree. I mean, at one point he was in prison about 19, 20 years old, and he'd been in the gym before this training, but he looked at himself and said, I ain't ever coming back here again. I'm going to turn a professional boxer. He had people on the wing laughing at him.
Was he here last week? He just had a fight not too long ago.
Yeah.
He won.
He signed with me, and then his next 2 fights have been on Matchroom cards. And the first one, I was expecting him to win. The second one, it was kind of like a step up for him, but he won against a good fighter, another friend of mine in Troy Williamson. Since then, he's just signed a multi-deal contract with Matchroom, and now he's put himself in a position to really, really change his life. And my final fighter, Giorgio Visioli, the one I'd mentioned previously, and sorry to the rest of the lads, but as far as like a blue chip prospect a star-studded.
Looking forward to
Is he 3-0
Honestly-
or 4-0?
He's 3-0, 3 knockouts.
Okay,
He's
yeah, yeah.
fighting a week after me, so he's who I'll be rushing back.
He
Going
just had
what?
a fight not too long ago too.
Yes,
Yeah.
on
Okay.
the
I
Josh
remember.
Taylor
Yeah, I
Jack
remember
Tyler card.
watching him fight too because I remember you being in the locker room with him. I remember.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Like he comes from a point kickboxing style background. At age 15, he changed to boxing. Within 3 years, he'd become a senior ABA champion, which from starting boxing to winning the best thing you can win in England is kind of unheard of.
Okay.
And then the next year he went up a weight, which is heavier than what he's at now. He's gone back down to the first weight he's won it, and he won it again. So in 5 years, he became a 2 times ABA champion. He started boxing, had his debut, and then became a 2 times open class
Dope.
national champion at men's level. At the youngest 2 ages, you can do it as well. Then turned pro. He's gone 3-0, 3 knockouts, and he just does everything right. He does things that I spend sessions and sparring sessions trying to imitate, replicate, and I haven't even got a cheap example of how good he does it. Like the way he
He's a special
throws with
fighter.
power going backwards after setting the trap and giving you no chance to hit him, because he hasn't learned boxing. He's learned how to get in and out of range with feet.
Yeah.
Point kickboxing.
A lot of people,
Very
a
impressive.
lot of people say, this raw talent. But do you believe in raw talent, or you believe in hard work?
Both. I mean, there's benefits of everything. Now, someone that learns quick might learn quick, but might fall out of love just as quickly. The reason why they learn quick is because they're so used to picking things up. They're so used to picking something up. But then they're also equally as putting something down. You have someone that might take a lot longer to really get their head wrapped around it. But once it's in, it's so ingrained that nothing else sort of comes, because it's hard for them to learn habits. And like I said, the person that's really talented might then easily start getting complacent and picking up bad habits because of the complacency. So is there talent? Well, we're all different. We all have different genetics. We all have different mindsets. Our IQs are different. How quick we react to things, how much pain we feel, our reaction to pain, whether our drive goes up, whether our drive goes down, whether we're really motivated at this time or tomorrow we're not. Like, there's so much to it because we are so complex as humans.
Sure.
I think if you can get someone that's quite stable-minded and enjoys themselves, then you can turn a fighter from anyone. Genuinely, I think it might take a few years to toughen them up and take the licks. And is everyone tough enough? Probably not to start with. Are the people that have been through real hard lives probably set up more to easily transition into a boxing ring and have a fight? Probably. If you've spent your whole life getting into fights or getting shot at or whatever your life is before you start boxing, if it's chaos and dangerous and aggressive before, you probably get in a boxing ring and it's smooth sailing. If you've had nothing but cotton wool wrapped around you and you've never really experienced any sort of fight or adversity, you then get a punch in the face, it's probably quite world breaking at that point. So yeah, I think it's you get in a ring, you can never disconnect the person, but I think it's the person, there's no such thing as hard work. Like my brain will tell my hand to move here and at what time
sure.
and how much effort to put in. Like, experience, hours spent, that self-conditioned belief because, I done it then and done it then and done it then. So that starts talking for talent. But if someone says I'm talented, I've taken 19, nearly 20 years to be talented. I
That's
wasn't
true.
when I first jumped in the ring. The first time I jumped in the ring, I got in with someone slightly heavier than me. He made me cry and I was scared to get in a boxing ring again for 3-4 months.
Right.
That's the reality. And then because I was still training, then he come back. That kid had a whole summer holiday, didn't come to the gym. And then I made him cry. Then all of a sudden I realized, well, if you stick to this, you can go from getting beat up to crying to beating up the same person in 2-3 months. It was mind-boggling for me. Like, but from that I learned that at 9 years old. So is there talent? I didn't have talent when I first stepped in. I had none. I had zero. Zero. A kid that had never had fights before, just been in the gym maybe like a year or something, made me cry. Made me never want to do it again. But then a bit of hard
I
work.
think that happens a lot in the gyms. A lot of people come into the gyms and then, they think they want to get in the ring, and it's not the same thing being in the outside streets and getting in the ring. I think I give a lot of props to people. They actually get in the ring, and then they get in there and compete, because it takes a lot to just get up there and put up a performance.
It takes a lot to get hit in the fucking face. That shit sucks. I got punched directly in the nose the first time, and I remember I was like,
the elevator doesn't count.
I remember, I remember I got punched in the face by Jose. You know Jose.
No, but you know what the thing is though, and it's before we've even
Still stayed in there. Let's get it clear. I was in there and I was back in there, but anyway.
It was the elevator.
Right.
And then that's how
It wasn't.
I'm not getting in this no more.
Anyway, Sonny, as you were saying, more
But
importantly.
the thing is with me is even if I don't like someone or their person, if they compete at fighting or boxing for a living, they have my respect.
Sure.
Because like you just said about, most people, it's hard to get punched in the face. But most people don't have the luxury of knowing when they're about to get punched in the face and how long they're going to get punched in the face for. Yeah. Now, you're not just walking into the street and boom, someone's punched you in the face and like, oh my God, I've got to deal with the pain and the trauma and whatever else like a normal person would. Mm-hmm. They're going, all right, Sonny, here's videos of this person who's knocked out 36 people. You're fighting him in 8 weeks. Go on, good luck. Go and have fun thinking about him every night you go to sleep. Like most average, most normal, most sane human beings, if you went, you're going to come here tomorrow at 3 p.m. outside the school and have a fight, I would say 50, 75, 80% of people don't even turn up.
Sure. Yep.
That's the reality. So then when we look at fighters, he's not very good, or he lost, or he got knocked down, or he got knocked out with that such disrespecting mindset because it's so easy to pass an opinion.
Sure.
Without taking one glimpse, going, put yourself in his boot, walk into the ring. You probably wouldn't have made it there.
Right.
Probably wouldn't even made it there. You probably would have got there halfway and turned around and back out.
It's true. And
that's the reality. It's the anticipation as well. It's what it does to your whole life. Is you're going to sleep thinking about one day, one event, only thing's important. You probably put everything else on pause. That letter that's been on the side and you need to fill out for a form for something in your life, I'll deal with that after my fight. That thing that needs to get repaired, I'll deal with that after my fight. That place you need to go and do that thing for that, I'll do that after that. Your whole world stopped.
Sure.
Getting ready for a fight. Your whole... And then we get in there, we don't win and get laughed at. That's why I'll be real. I don't think general public really deserves fighters in this day and age. I think back in the day, any level of gladiators would be there completely applauded and the whole world would stop. Anyone that could get there to see it would see it. Mm-hmm. Now we go, how many times you go and see a small hall show, some fighters that come in? No one cares. Like a wind blowing in the middle of a desert.
That's true. That's true.
It's sad. It's sad for me.
Well, and the internet fucked it up even way more because you get real comfortable behind that fucking keyboard. Like, oh yeah, this motherfucker's whack. You know what I mean? Like,
it just poisons. It poisons the mindset. It just makes people forget that when you're watching someone take punches, that you're actually watching someone take punches.
Right.
It's if a fight just popped out on the street outside of a nightclub. Because it's right in front of people and it could spill to them. People feel the danger. People feel the threat.
Yeah.
People feel that, let me watch that. Anything could happen right now. But then because of boxing, it's now kind of saturated where it's not just, if a fight's in your city and you can get to it, now you can watch some boxing because you can just go on YouTube and you can go on. Eventually you get desensitized to the punches you're actually seeing. People will look at Gervonta Tank Davies and see how hard he hits people and still be like trying to pull apart some well, he's only fought him and he won a world champ. Like,
you think a lot of boxers get discredit for what they do?
I don't think not one fighter on this planet gets the credit they deserve. Yeah. Not one. Even if they get all the money in the world, they still have to deal with dickheads and then passing very quick judgment. Like, if I go and play football 20 times, am I going to be the best on the pitch 20 times? Or soccer, or American football, or NBA?
Right.
No matter what the sport is.
Everyone has
20 times.
Yeah.
21 times I've done in this. If I played 21 matches, am I expected to get man in the match 21 times? No, that would be like inhumane.
Right.
But as a fighter, if I do anything less win 21, I'm a bum. I'm finished.
It's crazy, right? How your stock drops on a loss. It's very true.
That's happened a lot in boxing.
Yeah, it's what it's known for.
I noticed, there's other sports also.
Yeah, UFC, it doesn't matter. You look at someone, it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
UFC is a little bit, I think it's a little bit different, which is a good thing for the fighters. Because, you can lose one fight and then, it's not the end of the world for them. Because the next fight comes in, it could be the biggest fight of their lives. Yeah. And in boxing, it's hard to keep that zero.
Yeah.
If you go and work against zero, the matches get a little bit harder, the competition is way harder, and then I feel like once you have that loss, you know what I mean. Like a lot of people don't see you the same. That's the way I think some people see it. I don't think it's like that. I think it's even better because it gives you that experience. It's knowing that, you know what, hey, I've been in this situation. I know what I got to do, and I know how I can get off of this. So I feel like it's not a bad thing for a fighter to lose. It's actually how do you say it? It's
a blessing in disguise.
Yes, because it gives you the opportunity to work harder on things you got to work on, or.
It is, but at the same time, though, like bringing up mental strength and stuff too. Like you look at a fighter, like only really example I can think of right now is you look at Ronda Rousey, right? That one loss, it fucked her up. It ruined her. Like mentally, some fighters can't take that. You know what I mean? Some fighters I don't
know too much about how she feels. Only she knows how she feels.
Right.
But
I'm saying she came out and said that because of her loss, she suffered a deep depression. You know, she was suicidal because of her loss. Like these are all things that came from her. You know, and it was like her mentality. She wasn't set up for that moment because all she saw was win.
And I think that's why it's really important to create that hype. Really don't believe it. I think even though I will tell everyone till I'm blue in the face how good I am, and genuinely like mean it and believe it.
Yeah.
Genuinely believe it. Like I never walk and think the next spar I'm getting into or the next fight I'm getting into that it's impossible that I can't, you know.
Right.
Be on the other side.
Sure.
Like so often you spent here, it's usually like what we just talked about Ronda Rousey. It's usually someone that gets built up so high that they can't see the pitfall that's waiting right underneath them. And then when they do have that one setback, it either does one of two things. It recaptures the eye of the tiger. It puts that chip firmly back on their shoulder where they think, I only lost this because I weren't doing the same things that I was doing when I got here. Even if you're deluded, you have that sort of chip on your shoulder, or you let it start, or maybe I was never as good as what they said I was.
Sure.
And then that's when you've believed into the hype for the good side, but you haven't really even fully believed into it because now one question mark of your skill has completely ruined your identity. So you never really believed it. You kind of just let your ego inflate without genuinely inherently believing, because I have a inner core self-belief that every time I step in the ring, I'm the man. Even when I'm not being the man, I'm still thinking it live, real time that I can be.
Good.
And even after, you know, the only time I've never not seen the final bell in a fight, the only time I've ever lost as a professional, that has just given me more confidence and more belief. And now I'm getting in the rings that are 20%, 15%, 70% easier than that, and I'm really feeling the difference now. Like I'm feeling like there's a whole lot of space in between what I've been in the ring with and what I'm getting in the ring with still. And yeah, there can always be someone that comes back over, but all one fight ever does is on that night, that one night, prove one person over one person. And that genuinely, this is what people don't understand about boxing, that genuinely doesn't stand and mean that this person beat them, so now they're going to beat all the people that they beat and all the people at a lower level than them, because boxing don't work like that. One style beats him, he beats him. Because we've seen it play out that many times, so many times.
Sure.
We've even seen some people get absolutely handed it to them in the first fight. And then the rematch 4 months later be completely opposite.
Right.
And then they could have another rematch and it might go back to the first, or it might go even further the second time. Like, boxing is so volatile, and all we are genuinely doing is having a fight. So as long as you believe yourself and prepare properly, then you'll find out how good you are in the ring, regardless of what's happened before in your career. Well, what happens in their career makes no difference.
Hey, Sonny, I wanted to talk about, not to move away from boxing, but a little bit of moving away from boxing. So online, right, you're pretty funny, dude. You post some funny memes and stuff like that. And, you know, the stuff that you post leads me to believe that you're a single dude.
Single dude.
Single dude. Oh, the smile. We got the smile to crack. He was like, "Yep, I'm single." We've actually had discussions about some fun stuff and stuff like that. How important is it for you to have people around you and to always have jokes and to be able to be yourself online and everywhere. How much does that play into your daily life?
I think the only real like important human emotions that positively affect your day or what is love. It's humor. It's smiling. It's things that make you fulfilled. So in your relationships, your friendships, your work relationships, whatever it may be, they should be buying into that. If they're taken away too far from that, then they're probably a negative part of your life. So yeah, I try and keep a smile on my face and those around me. I try not to take myself too seriously. Yeah, and I try not to expect too much of other people. I feel like any expectations you have of people, you're just gonna let yourself down in the future. And
man,
I don't know. I like seeing people for who they really are. So I'll give them the space to really show me them, and feel free to as well. I don't know. I feel like a lot of things in this life, you know, society 2024. When we was first set out as a species, I don't think it was supposed to be like this. So I think we're all just trying to work out and just trying to find something that means something to us. And we're kind of distracted because the only thing, in my opinion, that really, really matters is survival and procreation and happiness and community and love and unity. But in this world, all we're taught to care about is material things, having more money than your neighbor, having a better house, having a better car, having a better girlfriend. There's just constant competition, and I feel like I'm so thankful that I was put into and found a way where I can healthily compete, so I don't walk out my door feeling like I compete with the rest of the world. I have my competition in a boxing ring. I have 10, 12 weeks sometimes focused on just one person to compete with. I don't need to compete with my friends. I don't need to compete with people on the streets. I don't need to compete with girls that I'm in a relationship with or family members. And for me, that's a big part of what makes me happy. I think that I have that catharsis, that safe space for competition. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing out on. And then, you end up being around people that are around you, but can tell by their actions over an extended period of time that they don't have just organic love for you. It's like, I benefit off you, so I'm going to be around you. But at the same time, like, do you remember that time that girl liked you more than me, or that time you had a better life? And I just, like, for me, that's just small-minded. And that's probably the one thing I tried to avoid having in my life, that competition where there does not need to be none. Because if you look at all the successful races and groups of people in this world, in this capitalist world, they don't get success by dividing each other and keeping everyone else far away and keeping it isolated. They get success by each one teaches one and brings one. And, you know, you've got to make sure you do it for the right people. But if you do, then you can probably take over this world just like other people have before.
Sure. One of the funniest things, and we could touch on this or not, one of the funniest posts, we kind of talked about it the other day, is you're always, you don't call specific people out, but you'll post some memes that will call certain behavior out.
I can do though.
On people. And one of them was like, I think it was like women who cheat and they think they're slick, and about apps that they use and about certain tactics that they use. Because I already knew when you did that, I said, I already know this app. I already know what they do. I already know the little marks they be doing. I know and they think they're slick, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're not.
And bear in mind, that was just like, it was really just a joke.
It's true. It's factual.
Some people got triggered by that one, yeah. But all I will say, fellas, if your girl has that Flow app on their phone, I would never go for a girl's phone because
it's the Flow app.
I would never do it. I would never do it.
She's flowing with somebody else.
I don't want to know what somebody. Hey.
It's a whole float party happening. A flow party, okay?
I do never.
What is the flow, anyways? I don't even know nothing about.
Listen, how much time do you have to hear about this flow? Okay.
So, like I said, I would never want to know what's in a girl's phone. I would never, ever, and I wouldn't look. I wouldn't go for their phone. But
because you know what's in there,
you're always gonna find something that's gonna change your angle of how you look at them.
Hey, so most women are the devil.
Save yourself, man. Save yourself.
Not you, Maria. I'm just saying most women, they're so evil.
But just to bring Coach and the rest of the people up to scratch, right? If your girl, mistress, side
mistress,
chick,
oh Lord,
best friend's girl, whoever it is, yeah. If whoever it is that you're being around, if they've got that Flow app on their phone. there's high chance that every time they have unprotected sex, they register it on
Lord.
there's like a calendar. Think of any calendar, yeah. Now imagine a calendar with dots on certain days, see-through dots on certain days, X's on certain days, yeah, and they all mean something.
That's a different dude.
They all mean
That's a
something,
different dude.
and that's how they keep
Raw to the jaw
when they
or other areas.
So yeah, that was obviously just like a little play, but G was one of the few men that really knew what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, I already know because I
knew about that
listen,
one.
I'm not gonna
Wonder
say too
how
much.
you know.
I know because I have.
He has the app.
I have. I be marking it like, yeah, reverse psychology. I'm like, they're not gonna play with me. I'm gonna start marking this shit.
Well, they all start synchronizing after a while. So
Yeah. No, they will. They will. Not that I know. I'm just saying. The only reason I know is because I've been, I grew up with women around me, and I have some close. Listen, I'm not gonna say everything because I'm just saying I know because I know, and I know. Hey. I know because I know, and I know that it's true. And when he said that, I was like, man, I'm so glad that other people know this because I'm not just out here exposing people, but I'm like, it's
sat
so.
on that one for a few years. Like, I knew that a few years ago. A girl told me that one a few years ago.
And it's crazy because it's unprotected.
I held
It's
that one.
unprotected. It's, oh my God, bro. They're going to hell, bro. It's
Have
over.
the dates.
It's over. They're going to burn for eternity.
They rate it out of 10. That is crazy.
Yeah. No, for sure. Hey, all the girls that were offended, they have the app.
They have
all
the
the people that hit you up, they have the flow. The
They
flow
had
is
to
a no-go.
delete it because now they realize that.
Yeah.
Realize
No,
it.
now they can just hide it and shit. They just hide it. And
How you know how to hide things too?
no, I don't know how to. I don't be hiding shit. I don't
Man.
even know how to play hide and go seek. I don't be hiding anything. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They be hiding it, not me.
Okay.
They don't want us to win. They be hiding it. I don't know. Look, no, I don't even know how to use this that much. But anyway, we like to do a final thought here on hardest shot. Coach, what you got for us?
First of all, I would like to thank you for coming out here. You got a busy schedule. I know you got to concentrate. You got a big fight coming up. If the biggest fight coming up, you know what I mean, of your career. Like I said, I like the fact that you were helping us out at the gym and telling the vision to the kids, the future. That means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Once you told me, once you were there, at that point in your life when you look up to somebody else, and that's very important for other fighters, to see, to actually connect with young children and letting them know that that everything's possible. You said it to me. I don't remember if it was today or a couple of days ago. You said it. Everything is possible if you know you can continue to do the certain things that can get you to be a world champion, and everything's possible. And myself included, I seen the path where people don't believe how far they can go, but with hard work and dedication, they definitely can achieve it.
Oh yeah.
So to me, I would like for you to say any words for the young generation out there, that they can take out. And
Yeah. Any final thoughts, Sonny? You got?
Yeah, I mean, it was great working with some of the boys down the gym. Some real talent as well coming out your gym junior.
Thank you.
You know what? I'll be real. Because I get asked this, and I could start sitting about train harder than anyone else, and I could sit here about dieting better than anyone else, or run more miles, or do more rounds. But if I'm really honest, the one thing that separates the people that go on to be an elite, or the people that really feel their potential, whatever that may be, capturing that fire of enjoyment and never letting it go. Applying yourself over and over again to something that you love to do, something that keeps you up at night thinking about things that you've not seen yet or haven't witnessed yet or haven't felt or experienced. That dream, that thing that you can't forget, you can't skip over, you can't come away. Like, I quit when I was 14. So after 5 years of boxing, 3 setbacks, every national championship final, same kid beat me twice. Quarter final, got robbed, and the same kid that beat me the first 2 times won it 3 times in a row, but I wasn't even the person in the final this time. And I quit for 7 months. I lived with my mum, and she let me do whatever I wanted and go wherever I wanted and eat whatever I wanted. And I turned into a little fat kid that was always the best at all the athletics, and then came last. You know what I mean? Because I still got sent because schools don't see you put on weight and think you can't run no more. And I remember coming last at a race I used to come first or second in. And I realised that this wasn't for me. This losing, this feeling of shame. And that was on a track, not in a boxing ring. But I knew I weren't dumb enough. But the moment that I decided for myself that this is what I wanted to do, the moment I hadn't spoken to my dad in 7 months, when I left his house to live with my mum and I didn't box for 7 months, I didn't speak to my dad for 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
The day I come off the racetrack last, didn't even finish the race, got to the last one, I walked off. My leg, I faked an injury, my leg hurt and I walked off. I was fat and embarrassed, yeah? Fat, lazy and embarrassed, yeah? And this was like, like where all the schools come. Nowhere, so my school, that school, all the area of schools come to race.
What do they call it here?
We had it like borough sports or athletics, or it's like sports day, but for all the schools, the best of all the schools.
Oh, okay.
And then the winners of them go and compete for the region.
I don't think we have that here, huh?
Yeah, but we have that.
Probably something similar.
Yeah,
probably.
so we have that, and I'm like 13, 14. I'm talking like I went to a boys' school, but here was, so I have girls that I know seeing me get like beaten, by people we knew from other schools. It was just. But I say that all to say this: the moment that I knew I wanted to box again, and the moment I picked up the phone and spoke to my dad for the first time in 7 months, and told him to come pick me up and take me for a run for the first time in 7 months, within 2 months of that day, I won my first national title.
Wow.
I went from 38 kilos, being small for that, being a fat all the way up to 54 kilos, and then I had 8 kilos to drop to get on the lowest weight. For the first one, I was just 46, but then because now I'm fitter, I was about 43, 44 kilos. So I went and 7 months off, and then because now I knew without a doubt, I didn't know at the time how much it changed. But once I didn't want to be in the ring, left the ring, and then found my way back. I won 6 national titles back to back to back to back to back. I got on Team England, I got on Team GB. I didn't lose in the country for all like 3-4 years. Turned pro, and the rest was history. But the biggest change was allowing myself, how much do you really want it? I left, I put on all the weight. I was like halfway towards Tyson Fury when he put on all the weight. Seriously, I was like, I didn't get no taller, and I put on,
Wow.
I went 38 to 54, 16 kilos, and I got no taller in pretty much a summer.
Wow.
And then once I found out I wanted it, once I now was getting in the ring with that little bit of, I've been waiting to get back in here.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to get in here and spar. Yo, coach, who you got?
No.
Them two, yeah? They're all bigger. Fine. Do next time. I just wanted to spar. I wanted to fight. And once I knew, everything took off. So that's why the one thing I would always say, do something you enjoy. If boxing is not what you enjoy, that's fine. Go find something else you do. Because boxing ain't a football where you can do it and enjoy and get by.
Yeah.
Don't do that in boxing, man. If you don't enjoy it, need not apply.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else. There's plenty of sports.
No.
Definitely.
Well,
If you enjoy boxing, you'll be able to go all the way. And no matter when it's going good, when it's going bad, if you manage to enjoy the worst days of your life around the sport, you won't have no bad days.
I'm sure that's
day.
something all the kids can relate to and appreciate, especially at JL Boxing Academy, which you can come see us and work with us. I just want to say thank you, man. It's been a pleasure always, man. We're glad to have you back. Saturday, June 29th, Sonny Edwards, Adrian Corral at the Footprint Arena. I will be in attendance, hopefully. Coach will be there. Coach is in the corner?
Coach in the corner.
I thought you said I was in the corner.
Coach in the corner.
No, that was me. That was
There's not two corners.
There's still time to swap.
sideways.
Hey, there's still time to swap him out, Sonny. There's still time to swap him out. So, coach is in the corner, man. It's going to be a great night. We're glad to have you here.
I'm honored to actually. I told him the other day. I'm very honored to be there, man. I really
I'm
appreciate
honored
it.
too.
He calling me.
I don't know why he did that. So I'm just as shocked as you are. I'm just as I think it's a mystery.
I'm grateful, and we're gonna show up there, man, and Sonny's gonna get his hands raised.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, I appreciate you having Coach there. Coach is fucking hardworking. I know, you're not from the States here, but Coach, he works. And when you think he's done working, he continues to work. And I know you guys practice the same work ethic, and Coach Grant and everyone at Steel City Gym. So again, man, June 29th, Sonny Edwards, gonna get that W.
Sir.
My name is Snook, aka George, favorite host in the whole entire world. Somehow he's on the show, but he's decently host too. Coach Junior, we appreciate you guys.
Thank you guys for coming, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, we're back for good now. Every week now. Every week we'll be back. So make sure you
It
look.
was just because I was here.
No, that's just because
I thought it was just a special.
You know, it is special because you're here, because when
special moment.
he's here, it's special in different ways. You know, you're talking about IQ and stuff. Very low on the scale. But anyway, we'll we'll catch you guys on the next one. Before you can say anything, peace out. We're out of here.